All I got to say is this. The whole divorce industry almost got me. It literally, if I had a commander that, literally took the bullet for me, I'd be gone right now. All of this never would have been. All right. And then I wound up being the sergeant in charge of that commander's funeral. And I got to see firsthand just how devastated his entire family was. Everyone in the unit, all of the soldiers and servicemen that knew him. I mean, his whole church was devastated. I mean, it was probably one of the hardest funerals I've ever had to do.
Just hearing you describe it is always, it's like a downer.
I know. I'm not trying to be a downer.
Oh, I know, but I mean, it is what it is. This is a very serious subject. And
It is. But the thing is, I took that experience and I do what I always do. I took it fucking personally, and I went to war with suicide using comedy.
506, right there. We got the new flip tag right there next to Bob.
Yeah, 506.
Possibly 2 or 3 more. We're trying to confirm whether or not the comments that we saw for the photo of the self-deletion box over there on YouTube were already counted or if they're new.
Because
we could be at 509.
I know how this is going to play out. I want to actually, from now on, when we give somebody a number, I would like to get an email or at least a long enough comment under one of the videos where I can copy it and send it to Blake. We can read it on the air.
Boom.
And we can save it because I can guarantee you if I should ever blow up, people are going to be like, oh, he's lying. He can't prove it.
We got the emails.
Yeah. I'll have the emails. And I really didn't take it serious until I got around 116.
Mm.
And I went and talked to one of my old counselors for my PTSD. And he was also a marriage counselor. Not really good at it, but that's And I asked him, I'm like, how long have you been a counselor? He's like, 30 some odd years.
Well, most marriage counselors have the same MO. You have a penis? All right, it's your fault. You just do what she says, you'll be fine.
Yeah. But anyway, I asked him, and he's just like, I'm like, how many guys do you think you saved from suicide in your career? And he's like, well, I would say, the guys I talked to, probably about 25. And I'm like, wow.
There you go.
I mean, I was only 4 years into this project, and that includes the second-class citizen downer videos.
No, those are very downer videos.
Have you seen our Purple Hearts final beat, Henry?
I have not.
Oh,
I'll send that over to you.
We got to send it to you.
Yeah.
Please do.
I mean, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah. But I wanted to take a look at some stats just to put you in the frame of mind of how self-deletion and divorce are inextricably connected.
All right. Also, can you put the link for that Vegas suicide talk in the chat for the guys?
Yes, I will. So as soon as I'm done with this part here, I'll link that up here. Now, this comes from cdc.gov. The self-deletion rate among males in 2020 was 4 times higher than the rate among females. Males make up 49% of the population, but nearly 80% of self-deletions. Most common age is 85 and older. Now, if you go over here, all these sources available on redonkulous.com. Divorce is a risk factor for self-deletion, especially for men. It is 2.4 times greater than the self-deletion rate of married persons.
Yeah, can you go back to that other bar chart?
Yeah.
Just real quick. All right, you see how 85 plus?
Yep, 85 plus.
I would be an 85 plus. I mean, that's way too long. I'm done at 65. I can't believe you went on for another 2 goddamn decades.
Yep.
Hell no. Your prostate would be the size of a basketball by then.
One of the things that you'll notice, though, is that the 2 highest tier groups just behind the 85 plus are the 75 to 84. A lot of dudes just,
they're done.
Terminal, things like that.
Yeah.
But the second one, 25 to 34. Those are prime divorce years.
Yep. 25 to 30. Well, actually, it's 25 to 54.
Well, there you go.
The
Either way, I mean, the large, it even peters off after the 54 mark and goes down quite a bit until you get to that 75 mark again.
I mean, I don't begrudge anybody north of 75 just saying, you know what? I'm leaving my keys at the desk. I'm checking out. This hotel sucks. I'm out.
Well, that's one way to put it.
I can't begrudge those guys. I really can't.
So I've got just a couple of examples here, and we did a whole video on Robin Williams, like season 2 or 3 of the show.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
And
Robin Williams.
We got a lot of guff for that because people are like, it wasn't because of that. It's because he had this brain thing. Listen, most of the time when a dude kills himself, he's been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
And then there's that last thing that just pushes him over the edge.
Yep.
When I did the Robin Williams thing, I literally talked about how he had already been divorced twice. He's paying just an assload of alimony. Then he decided to put all his money into a trust for just his kids. As soon as I heard that, I knew it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because he's already thinking about it. And there's that one last straw that breaks the camel's back that most people don't know anything about.
Yep.
And then it's a done deal.
He was already paying alimony for life to 2 women.
Yeah, to the tune of like $2.7 million estimated.
Yeah. And so if you think that can't push a dude over the edge, you're sniffing Kool-Aid
or booger sugar.
Booger sugar. So this is a almost 11-year-old article at this point here.
Yeah.
And this one was just very basic. It says, my husband Scott committed self-deletion April 30th of this year, which would have been 2012. Been separated for a year, haven't spoken since New Year's Eve, and we shared a painful conversation about all the failings that led to the dissolution of our marriage. They were married 12 years, many of them very happy. The last few increasingly difficult as they navigated a failed adoption, petty and not so petty grudges, and an inability to work toward a future together. You know what that sounds like? I'm not happy.
It sounds like the 3 magic words that make your life disappear into the Bermuda Triangle. Mm-hmm. I'm not happy.
And then she got a call May 1st, 5:15 a.m. from the coroner. And that's all she wrote. And then we have this guy, surgeon, jumps from bridge after divorce from TV personality wife.
Wow.
Ex-husband of ABC News chief women's health correspondent, self-deleted by leaping off the George Washington Bridge. Dr. Robert Ashton was 52, divorced from Dr. Jennifer Ashton, not to be confused with Jennifer Ashtonson, 2 weeks ago. Jumped from the span, 8:40 a.m. Saturday. Boom, this was in 2017. And then we covered the guy at Disney World or Disneyland just a couple months ago.
Well, I mean, but he did it in style. I mean, he jumped off that bridge. I mean, that takes some work.
This isn't flying; it's falling with style.
I'm just saying.
God,
I'm just saying. Listen, I am not making fun of what he did. I'm just trying to add some humor to this dark.
It is extremely dark.
We gotta laugh, man. Listen, everyone who watches this show knows comedy is basically the vaccine for the universe. It is literally your only armor you have against evil, pain, and misery is the ability to laugh in the face of those things.
Yeah.
If you can do that, you can literally survive anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, not this guy anymore, but
yeah, well,
but you can look up, self-deletion after a divorce, and you will get pages upon pages upon pages of news articles about this very thing happening.
Yeah, and I have a 1 hour and 4 minute presentation, which I did in Las Vegas a year and a half ago.
Grab that for you right now,
and we're going to put the link in the chat. You guys can watch it later, and leave feedback in the comments if there's any there. And it is, and it's totally true. And one of the big things about the whole divorce industry, right, is when I was reading articles about suicide, they were always blaming a lot of the suicides on bullying.
Yeah.
And then you look at the symptoms of bullying, and literally everything on that list is what family court does to men.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like literally, they lock you up for nothing. They take your shit. They're like, oh my God, it's insane. And if there's any false allegations made, you're getting hemmed up in that as well.
Yep.
I'm just sick and tired of all of these people committing suicide, all of these men committing suicide. No one talks about it. It's not really mentioned in the media. Hell, the Green Ranger was an idol to many, many kids and men.
Yes, he was.
The guy was a world champion kickboxer.
Yeah.
And he was on the news just for like maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah, just get swept under the rug.
Yeah. Because they don't, I mean, it speaks volumes to what our own culture thinks about us men who hold up the entire culture. The entire civilization is maintained, built, and protected by us. And we kill ourselves because the system is stabbing us in the back. Nobody cares. Nobody says anything about it. That's why I am 100% for everyone going MGTOW. Don't even get married. Just take care of yourself. Let the system rot and implode on its own. You don't even have to lift a finger. You just have to turn your back, close your wallet, and walk in the opposite direction, and you win.
And until the culture and the laws change, I mean, you got to vet any woman who comes along. You need to vet her very, very carefully if you're even going to consider it. And really, the only reason to get married is if you plan on having a family.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.